All right, there we go. Got cars out on the track now. Your scheduled starting lineup here for our first of two heat races for the M&K Truck Center Late Model Sportsman. Starting on pole in that yellow number 04 will be Chris Brunette. Outside of him in the 42 will be Steve Prusnell. 36 will be rookie contender Cole Marr with Clarity Patton in the 22 on the outside of row number 2. Rich Mahalik will start in the 5th position with Flat Rock Speedway driver Jeremy Vanderhoof, completing your top 6 starters in the 6-car heat race. Once again, top 4 receive points and pay. Everyone else just out there for the love of the sport. We'll line them up 2 by 2 as we get set to go. On the flag stand tonight, Nate Rowe and Logan McCaslin will be waving the flags in the referee shirts. 6 laps the distance here, this first of 2 heat races for the M&K Truck Center Late Model Sportsman. Field lines up 2 by 2 as we get set to go racing here for the first time tonight.
Well, we know the crowd's rambunctious tonight, and raring to get some racing in here at Owosso Speedway. Sun is out, beautiful day here. For those of you that might be watching at home, we had some very early morning rain showers, but the sun is out, and we're ready to rock and roll as we bring out those late model sportsmen. Here they come for the first green flag of the night.
And already 3 wide off into turn number 1. The 04 car didn't look like it got off the blocks very well as it gets swallowed up by the 42 of Prusnell, the 36 of Marr. So that'll be your front row coming off of turn 4 side by side. Prusnell leads by a fender.
Clarity Patton took it 3 wide out of the back straightaway. Now she's battling for that 3rd spot as they're 2 by 2 for the top 4 positions. On that inside, still trying to hold on to that lead, the Linden driver, Cole Marr. He slides up the track. They're going to come by 3 wide.
Oh, he makes contact with the 11 of Rich Mahalik. Mahalik goes around. That'll draw the caution flag.
Well, tried to make a bold move here in this heat race, and just not enough room as perhaps Marr trying to get back into his comfortable line, but the 11 of Mahalik was down there. 4 cars all under a blanket there. Again, these heat races, little extra money and some extra points if they're going for a championship. This does not affect how they will line up in tonight's feature events.
Unfortunately, the 36 of Cole Marr will be assessed with that caution. In our heat races, we have a 1 caution rule. So if you cause a caution in any way, shape, or form, you are asked to exit the track. We'll see you later for your feature event.
And I was just going to say, this young lady here covering her ears. We do have earplugs for sale and ear covers for sale down at the souvenir stand. Just thought it was a great time to plug that. No
see what you did there? Yeah, good one, good one. Very affordable as well. I trust my child to use those ones that we bought from the racetrack. Because, you know, you got to give Rex his paycheck back.
Amen.
All right, so we got the field line back up in the proper order. It's going to be Steve Prusnell leading. Clarity Patton will inherit the 2nd spot. Rich Mahalik takes his spot back. He'll now be in 3rd. The 04 of Chris Brunette and the 4 of Jeremy Vanderhoof. Vanderhoof didn't look like that car was running quite to what he had hoped, but we'll see how it goes as the green flag is back out. Mahalik tries to take a 3 wide off the start. Not able to make much hay there as Clarity Patton gets out in front. She'll now lead down the back straightaway.
I was going to make a joke that Mahalik didn't learn anything the first time trying to make a 3 wide on the inside, but that time it worked out as he's now chasing down Clarity Patton in that varsity number 22.
I was going to say he learned at least something because he didn't go pirouetting through the infield, so went better than last time for him at least as he now runs in the 2nd spot. Coming to the line, Clarity Patton will be your leader at the halfway point. 3 in, 3 to go.
She won herself the B main just a couple of weeks ago, and then a few weeks before that, that car was all smashed up into the front straightaway wall all the way through turns 1 and 2. This has ended up being a new car for her, which she won that B main with. And right now, she's within grasp of getting herself a heat race win if she can hold off Mahalik.
Yeah, pretty healthy margin right now over that 11 car too as she drives down the back straight. Jeremy Vanderhoof looks like whatever issues he might be having may be clearing up as he works to the inside of Prusnell for the final podium spot as the white flag is out. 1 lap to go.
Looking for a little extra cash for that number 4 as he moves into the 3rd position. But right now, Clarity Patton just needs to hit her spots as the South Lion driver takes him out of turn number 4, and she'll pick out the first checkered flag of the night. Clarity Patton wins heat race number 1 for your late model Sportsman, brought to you by M&K Truck Centers.
Rich Mahalik will come home in 2nd. Jeremy Vanderhoof, a pretty solid 3rd place run. Steve Prusnell 4th, and Chris Brunette completes your top 5.
Been racing for 9 years. Again, out of South Lion, Varsity Automotive Group, Varsity Lincoln and Novi, Varsity Ford of Ann Arbor, and Sunny Media of Farmington Hills amongst the sponsorship on the number 22. And she's down there in our Gross Construction Victory Lane. She's having a very good stretch of runs for that number 22 as she's about set to climb out of that car. Let her hear you, folks. How about it for Clarity Patton?
Want to wish a happy birthday to Pastor Eric Numerich. It's nice to have somebody with the big guy on his side here with us.
Amen. I could have used him for the prayer. No pun intended. I did.
Hey,
amen, didn't I?
You sure did.
I'm all over. I get a week off and the brain's just...
You're just firing on all cylinders.
Well, want to also wish Seth Schiller a happy birthday, Maya Ray, rather, and Ricky Moore, all celebrating birthdays, or have celebrated birthdays in the last day or two. So happy birthday to them.
Heat race number 2 hitting the track now. Starting on pole will be your defending track champion, John Beach, in the $sign car. Outside of him, Michigan Motorsports Hall of Famer Ron Allen in the 69. Brandon Barkus in car number 50. Chris Munson in the 3. Your current points leader, Buddy Head, in the 46. And your fast qualifier tonight, Douglas Littagott in the 71. 6 cars, 6 laps. Heat race number 2 for the M&K Truck Center Late Model Sportsman.
Get them wound up, put some heat in these tires. Then we'll stack them up ready to go for their 6 laps of competition. We'll follow that up with heat races for our street stocks, followed by our sport compacts, pier stocks, and the trucks, before we get into a B main, or rather our feature events this evening. Well, this will be the most my voice has had a workout since last weekend, Chris. The wife has been in Europe the last 6 days, so the only people I've talked to have 4 legs and a tail.
I don't have a tail.
And use a litter box. So those are the only people that I've talked to all week long. So we'll see how long the voice holds up.
Well, I managed to talk almost nonstop for about 4 hours last Saturday, so I'm looking forward to a little bit of a break tonight.
Field stacked up, ready to go. Heat race number 2. Here it comes. And it's Beach jumping out to the early advantage. Barkus, who's been in victory lane already this season, moving up to the second spot. While we watch the 69 of Ron Allen fall back to 3rd as he's stuck in that high line. The most recent winner, Buddy Head, in that 46, now moves into the 3rd position. He picked up a big payday just a couple weeks ago and finds himself charging his way to the front as he's trying to get himself in a championship conversation here in our late model sportsman division.
Yeah, coming into the night, Buddy had a pretty healthy 34-point margin over Brandon Barkus in that 50 car right up ahead. And with pretty limited nights for these late model sportsmen, especially left before championship night, every position counts. Buddy Head was fast qualifier, but Barkus might be able to eat away at that advantage a little bit here with a good run in the heat, as looks like we're going to lose the 69er Ron Allen as he pulls off over in turn number 2.
Well, Buddy Head looking at a couple of different lines there in turns 3 and 4. A little bit loose coming out of turn 4 that time by Scott fast qualifier. Littagott right behind him as your front 4 pulled away, left Chris Munson in the dust, so to speak, back there all alone in the 5th spot.
White flag is out this time by 1 more lap for Beach as he holds a pretty decent margin over the rest of the field. Brandon Barkus playing defense, trying to keep the 46 behind him. Into turn 3 for the final time. Rolling out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Your winner is going to be John Beach. Brandon Barkus 2nd, Buddy Head 3rd, Douglas Littagott 4th. And Chris Munson rounds out your top 5.
So your reigning champion in our late model sportsman division picks up the fast heat in that $sign machine, that Van Doorn chassis. Getting it done here. Has been racing 20 plus years out of Muskegon. Stearns M15 Garage, Extreme Indoor Kart Racing, Finish Line Seamless Gutters, GT Products, and Van Doorn Racing Chassis. All the sponsorship on the $sign machine as he makes his way slowly through the infield. How about it for John Beach? All right, late model sportsman. Got them wrapped up. Time to talk about, I believe, street stocks. Got a pair of heat races for our street stock drivers here this evening.
Yep, got a couple heat races coming up for the street stocks. Of course, they are brought to you by Gross Construction.
We are ready to go. We ready to go down there, Nate? We are. Here's your starting lineup. A little bit different than what I have here in front of me, so bear with me. Starting at the tail end of the field in car number 36 out of Linden. How about it for Colmar? Your fast qualifier tonight, starting deep in the field. Oh, we're going to go to the end? Okay. Our fast, I'll get this down. You guys do it a little different on pavement than on dirt. On the outside of row number 5 out of Romulus in car 71, it's Doug Lidegatt. Starting on the inside in the 04 out of Clinton Township, it's Chris Brunette. On the inside of row number 5, it looks like. He's picked up a couple wins already this season. Driver in car number 46 out of Middleville, Buddy Head. And to his outside in car number 3, he calls Chelsea, Michigan his home. How about it for the number 3 of Chris Munson? We move up middle of the field. He picked up a win back in May. And that number 50, he hauls here from Kendallville, Indiana. How about it for the number 50 of Brandon Barkis? Your next driver is a Michigan Motorsports Hall of Famer. In car number 69 out of Brownstown, Ron Allen. Inside of row number 3, he's your defending track champion. He hauls here from Muskegon in the $sign. Ladies and gentlemen, John Beach. Outside, row number 2. He's just about in Ohio. He's about as far away in Michigan as you can get to the south. He comes from Temperance in that number 4 machine. How about it for Jeremy Vanderhoof? Your driver inside row number 2. Oh, from my old stopping grounds out of Warren, Michigan, in car number 11, Rich Mahalik. And your front row starter. She picked up a heat race win. She picked up a B-main win a couple of weeks ago. Now she's got the catbird seat for her first feature win at Owosso. She's going to start the outside of the front row from South Line in the double deuce. How about it for Clarity Patton? And your pole sitter, he's in charge of this field for their 40-lap main event. He calls Mussey, Michigan his home. How about it, Steve Presnell? And that is your field for tonight's 40-lap main event. For your M&K Truck Center late model sportsman, how about we give him a big round of applause? Field coming back to the one to go, Chris.
All right, race fans, first time tonight, and we're doing it for America. Get up on your feet, put your hands in the air. M&K Truck Center late model sportsman going 40 laps. All right, Ace Hart gives them the one to go signal. And I imagine after he waves it, he's just going to tell Nate and Logan, go take a break.
Yeah, he'll go have a hamburger.
Yeah, go grab a bite to eat. I got this. So Steve Prusnell in the 42, Clarity Patton in the 22 will lead the field into turn number 3. Slow roll off of turn number 4. Green flag is out, and we are back in action here at the Owosso Speedway.
And that's not going to be a good enough start, as we will give it another shot here. It seemed like maybe that inside front row was not up to par there. I just saw him go into turn 1, and I saw Mahalik already out in the lead, who I believe started in row number 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're going to line them back up, and the field will get their 1 warning. Ace Hart gives them the 1 to go signal. I believe they're only allowed 2 chances at that. If it goes bad again, I think your front row becomes your back row.
Oh boy.
So hopefully they get their poop in a group.
So we tried again. We just wanted to give more ace time. So they start to ramp up the pace a little bit better now. Prusnell and Patton bring them down. Green flag. Here we go. Late model Sportsmen are underway.
Yeah, much better start there as Clarity Patton gets out in front. Jeremy Vanderhoof had a moment there that allows John Beach to skate up the inside as the rest of the field checks up. Beach will move up into the 4th spot as Clarity Patton leads your opening lap.
I got to mention that top groove was a little bit slicker than he anticipated here. Now with the sunshine beating down on this speedway, Beach now takes up the 2nd spot. He gets by Prusnell. Here comes Brandon Barkus in car number 50. Buddy Head also picking up a couple of spots in that 46. He'll be one to watch.
Oh, problems for Beach. He tries to exit the track in turn 2, won't make it. That's going to draw a caution here.
Drove right up the track there, like you said, wondering if he caught something just and hoping he was going to be able to make that turn, but not without any power. As the 1 machine comes to a stop on top of turn number 2. It looks like he's already taken the couldn't tell there if he was taking off the gloves there or not, but it looks like he's going to need some sort of assistance off the racetrack.
Chris Munson heads pit side in the 3 as well.
As we get ready to go back to this one, they're lined up, they're ready to go. Patton ready to bring them back down to the green flag. Barkus has opted for the outside. He'll take them on the outside to the green.
Well, Roger, as we mentioned earlier in the night, Brandon Barkus comes into the night 34 points in arrears to the 46 of Buddy Head in the points chase. And Barkus wants to stake his claim to being track champion, so he's racing his guts out right now, trying to put as much distance as possible between himself and the 46.
Well, and right now, Head biding his time. He had a move on the 4 machine of Vanderhoof. Decided not quite yet. Now he's going to try topside. This is a battle for the 3rd spot. He ran out of real estate. He had to back out of it in a hurry, or else he was going to be greeted by Owosso Concrete.
And looks like, yep, he's going to try it there into turn 3. Moves to the outside of the 4 of Vanderhoof.
I don't think, yeah, he's going to crowd down that groove a little bit, because I don't think he was really happy with how Vanderhoof raced them the last time they came out of turn number 4. And Head now up to 2nd spot, as he's rapidly ascending to the back bumper of the 22 of Clarity Patton, so far holding on to that 2nd spot.
The 04 of Chris Brunette, unfortunately, calls it a night early as he pulls off over in turn number 2. Barkus leads, Patton 2nd, now Buddy Head in the 46, beginning to close the gap on the 22 as they come off of turn 4.
Litigott having a hard time getting through traffic. So far, your fast qualifier has not been able to break into the top 5. Of course, it's only 7 laps complete, but he's about a straight away behind your race leader as Brandon Barkus continues to put on a show up front. Oh, lots of smoke coming out of the Litigott machine, and there you go. That's why. And we have littered the racing surface with slippery juices as the motor gravy comes out of that machine.
I don't know if I liked any of the order you use those words in.
Yeah, that's it gave up in a hurry there, and that would explain why he was just not getting the speeds.
Yeah, I would say based on that, it looks like he may be now using one of those new Bluetooth oil pans as
Yeah.
heavy fluid down on the track.
Just water. It is just water. So it was running just hot. Sounds like it was just water is what I've been unofficially relayed up here.
Yeah, I don't know if that's fact or optimism.
No, I'm hoping it's optimism and fact.
All right, so it'll be 50 car leading them back to the M&K Truck Center restart zone. And we were a little light on cars to begin with, Roger. I think I'm beginning to see why. It looks like we've hit that mid-season attrition point.
Yeah, 32 laps or one car remaining. Is that what you're saying?
Last car standing. All right, Barkus and Head lead them into turn 3 to the restart zone off of 4. Green flag's out.
Looked like a little spin of the tire there for Buddy Head on that start, but he's able to fall in line behind your race leader, Barkus.
And looks like Ron Allen and Clarity Patton going to battle for the 3rd position. I believe whichever way that battle shakes out would be a season high finish for either of those two drivers, but Ron Allen going to take the position away in the number 69.
Buddy Head takes that corner, turn number 3 on the high side, try to bring that car to the bottom side. So far can't make the move. Barkus continues to set the pace. The front two now begin to pull away just a bit from the 3rd place car of Allen, Patton, and Vanderhoof. That's your top 5 as they come by with 11 laps complete. Something Mihalik's having all kinds of trouble with that 11 car.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he got the wall or what, but a whole bunch of dust flying up behind the 11 machine as he looks to be a little bit off the pace. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Brandon Barkus continues to lead the 46, and Buddy Head right on his back bumper.
I think you're right. I think Mihalik did get the wall there as that right rear looks like a white wall, so to speak, as it's collected a lot of Owosso coloring.
Well, yeah, and as you mentioned, that he came off a 4 and really hung the right rear out there. So looks like he may have maybe hung it out a little bit too far the lap before. But Clarity Patton doing a good job hanging on to 4th spot. She's actually sticking with the 69 of Allen for that final podium spot. Maybe making a move here off the turn 2. Does not get the run that she wanted to off the corner. So right now in the field, pretty well strung out 2 by 2 at the front. Then a few cars straggling behind. Buddy Head shows Barkus the nose off of turn 2. Barkus able to hold on.
I'm not sure. I'm not sitting here thinking that Buddy just wants to ride behind Barkus and clock some laps here. He seems to be getting a little antsy. He seems faster center of the corner, which really hurts his momentum. I'm thinking if he gets ahead of that 50, his corner speed alone may pull him away from the field and cruising to victory if the mechanics all hold together on that machine. But right now, he's got to get around the 50 of Barkus. Almost gave him a tap there in turn number 2.
Now the 46 letting him breathe just a little bit. Backs a little ways off the bumper of the 50.
Well, I gotta think as much as we've seen overheating be an issue, maybe he is backing off a little bit just to get the nose a little bit of extra air. As he goes right back to the back bumper of Barkus. Yes, now, yeah, your field spread out all over the place. Your top 4 each with a dance partner. Barkus and Head, your front 2, then Allen and Patton 3rd and 4th, and then it's Vanderhoof running by himself in 5th, the 6th place car of Mihalik by himself, as well as the final car on the lead lap, 42 personnel, and he's probably about a lap and a half away from being set a lap behind the pace.
We're inside of the back half of this race now, 21 in, 19 to go. Barkus leads, Buddy Head 2nd, Ron Allen 3rd, Clarity Patton 4th, and Jeremy Vanderhoof in the 5th position. currently have 7 cars on track, all on the lead lap up
Not
until
anymore.
just a moment ago when the 42 of Prusnell went a lap down.
Personnel did not want to take any chance of being in the groove, knowing those leaders were coming.
We've lost 5 cars so far in this one, Roger. The 71 of Doug Littigot, 04 of Chris Brunette, 1 of John Beach, 3 of Chris Munson, and the 36 of Cole Marr, all unfortunately calling it a night early.
Well, we'll see when Head starts to make his move. Still riding back there behind the 50 of Barkus. 2 drivers that have primarily owned Victory Lane here in 2024 with 15 circuits remaining. I think Buddy right now may be just waiting for Barkus to make a mistake and before he decides to be a little more aggressive with that front spot. I would guess it would be around the lap number 30 when he starts to really try some different things here. Right now, just riding in the tire tracks of Brandon Barkus.
Now it seems like when he wants to, Buddy Head can really pick up the pace. And the last couple laps, he's been quicker than Barkus. Has not yet attempted to make a move, though.
This time by, there'll be 12 remaining. Allen's still back there in third. Clarity Patton waiting for her chance to pick up a position on that 69 car. She takes a peek to the inside in 1 and 2. Couldn't get it done, but she made a move for it. 11 to go. Patton to the inside, slides to the back end a touch. Loses that momentum. Well, she's getting all left side on that concrete. There's not a lot of grip on that concrete there, Chris.
No, especially when you're riding just on those rumble strips as well. 10 to go now this time. Barkus still leads. Buddy Head has now opened up the gap a little bit the last lap or so. Has about a quarter second on the 46 machine.
Nine to go. Barkus with the advantage. Yeah, you're right. Head's losing touch. Maybe it was Barkus that was just kind of laying back and keeping his car cool. Because earlier, yeah, Head had no problem getting to the back end of the 50 machine. Maybe he's having some heat issues in that machine.
I was going to say, Buddy Head already lost a motor once this summer in a pretty catastrophic failure.
He's a half second back. Now it's 0.6 of a second. So Barkus, a little bit of a bobble there in turn number 2, but no harm, no foul. They're going to get to the back bumper of Personnel again, who go down a second lap to your race leaders.
Yeah, 42 gets well out of the way there for the 50. Looks like Buddy Head not going to have as easy of a time with the 42, though.
Clarity Patton's almost got it spun. She almost had all 4 wheels on the concrete trying to make the move on the 69. She's going to have to be careful or she's going to get herself a penalty there if she keeps putting that car well outside or inside the racetrack.
Yeah, that concrete's for racing on Sundays, not on Saturdays.
And that lead almost a full second now. Brandon Barkus.
And back to the line we come, 3 laps to go. Barkus continuing to extend his gap, almost has a second advantage over the 46 now. As the 22 of Patton still trying to work on the 69 of Ron Allen. She can get to him, but just can't make a move around him. This time around, we head down the back straightaway. That gap now up over a second as the 50 of Barkus will see the white flag. 1 lap to go. And he heads down the back straightaway for the final time. Into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4, second time this season. Checkered flag is out for your winner, Brandon Barkus. Buddy Head comes home in second. We'll see what happens here in the battle for third. Patton makes one last move. Not going to happen. Ron Allen takes third. Clarity Patton fourth. Jeremy Vanderhoof completes your top 5. Well, he picked up the win back on May 11th. Now finds himself back in gross construction victory lane. He'll pull down to the bottom of the track, and he'll get a word with our very own Roger Williams. Well, maybe he's trying to get it spun around so Roger can see the pretty side of it. Oh, he wants to do a victory lap. That's what it is.
Well, Brandon Barkus wanted to take a lap around the speedway in that top performance TSR graphics checkered flag. Saluting the fans. The old former victory lap, doing it Alan Kulwicki style for the Indiana driver, picking up second win of the season in the late model Sportsman. Picked up the CRA late model Sportsman event here in May. Again, want to thank Top Speed Performance and TSR Graphics for the checkered flags for our feature winners all season long. As Brandon Barkus, awfully happy with his performance here today. Gets himself unbuckled, about ready to take that helmet off. He'll disconnect the hose, and the helmet about ready to come off here for Brandon Barkus. Hey, it's all right. Hey, you're okay. You're okay. Savor the moment, Brandon. You never know when the next one will come, right? As he climbs out of the car, how about for Brandon Barkus here in Victory Lane, folks, on this 4th of July weekend? Well, Brandon, I know the field was a little bit depleted, but a lot of strong cars in there. You were able to get to the front relatively quick. First of all, how hot is the car right now? Because it seems like that's been a problem a lot for late model Sportsman this season.
The long caution there, clean up the track, did not help this car. The way this radiator's set up, it runs cooler under green than it does caution. But yeah, it got more hot when I did the little victory lap, but it was worth it. It was hot inside the car for me, I know that.
Were you just kind of biding your time there for about those middle 20 laps or so where we got to 10 to go? Because it seemed like Buddy Head could get to your back bumper there when he wanted to, but when we got to 10 to go, you were just able to pull away. Were you just laying back a little bit to keep the car cool, or were you just your car that much better?
I would never say my car's better than Buddy Head. I mean, he's so fast. I figured he was just riding, making laps count down there till the end, so I was kind of doing the same thing, got a rhythm. 10 to go, I let it all hang out, man. I was driving with my tongue hanging out, and I knew I was going to have to earn it, so.
Well, congratulations to you. Why don't you go ahead and thank everybody, then you can get yourself a cold drink here.
Yeah, I want to thank my girlfriend, my dad, my uncle Brian, all my sponsors, Shepherd Chevrolet GMC, Economy Auto Parts, Current Mechanical, Demute Flooring, Kogler Construction, Power Clean Industrial Services, and Van Dorn Racing Development, John Beach, everybody that helps me.
Well, we appreciate you coming here each and every night we run. Congratulations.
Yep, thank you. See you guys next time.
All right, how about it for Brandon Barkus, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the win in your late model Sportsman division.